this is a really important big shift. And it's not about maybe the latest tools and technology, but rather it's how we work with these tools.
That's the benefit of like the magic moment. It's when something just works and it works well, which is for me still those deep research tasks. You're having the ability to go and research an idea where I would then have to stop my day and take 2 hours out to go and figure out everything and come back in 6 minutes, 20 minutes, 40 minutes sometimes, like whatever it is, and just skim through a report that I roughly knew the area, but this just solidifies. Now here's 6 things to go and actually research properly now. That's the magic still for me, I think.
I'll just preface this, no kickbacks, no nothing. It's been life-changing for me. So Whispr Flow for me, since I started using it, I don't really use my keyboard anymore. I'm just not typing. Whispr Flow, effectively very good speech to text, but it's very clever. It sits across all applications on your computer. And what I'm able to do now, especially I believe now, because we are using lots of apps, we're using multiple AI tools, and for the average person as well, is the only button I'm using on my keyboard is the function button now. You probably see there's a really big fingerprint on it now and the rest of the buttons are clean. I do go through and review and just tweak a little bit, but for prompting, it's incredible, especially in the reasoning models now where I'm trying to provide more context because I talk through my context and the prompt's writing. For you to direct and coach a human, if you direct and coach a human really well, you've got a clear outcome in your mind. You might not have the steps to get there, but I know the best coaches I've ever worked with is they painted a real picture for me about the outcome I wanted to get to, and then they gave me some guidance and they gave me a bit of lateral space to think through the tasks without that clear view of I'm wanting to achieve this, because the tools are getting better at suggesting. So you might get through a couple of iterations and say, do you want me to do this now? But without that clarity about I'm trying to get to this point, it's like, yes, just go and do it. And then it keeps suggesting things. 5 suggestions later, you're thinking, oh, what am I doing? I'm a bit lost. I can't backpedal to where I needed to be.
I think that's the problem. So if you treat it like it's an actual person, like a real assistant that you had, if you didn't give them enough information, you're not going to get the result you expected. It's the same thing. And then on Lovable, Replit, all those sort of tools, people don't know what they're trying to build.
And that's often the question is people are like, I've got it in here, but I want to get it out there. And they can't even describe it. So they've got the really good idea and they've sort of built it. But that last, like, I want people to interact with it in a way where their information is protected and launched and in a secure environment, all that kind of stuff, which is super important. Once you've validated an idea, less than 10% of people that we work with have that mindset. 90% of people are like either not reviewing the outputs and just using them or saying, it got it all wrong, so I'm not going to use it.
So I'm using Gemini everywhere on my phone and my watch to do that similar thing. That's the assistant now, where I used to think Google Now, like that Google Assistant, was really smart. It's terrible compared to Gemini. It doesn't even understand what you're trying to ask it half the time.
Yeah, that's kind of like comparing Siri now. Like I get Siri to start a timer. Well, Siri started, sorry, don't listen, Siri. I get it to set timers and alarms, but then it just shows how far behind it can't handle anything complex. Next topic I was keen to get your thoughts on. So first question, have you done your tax return?